This is the world we live in today. A world where almost everything and anything can be done with just one click. Distance is no longer a barrier. Everything is connected. Information is almost never scarce, and anything is possible. These transformations are primarily driven by advancements in science and technology. Our future under this era looks promising, but it comes with challenges marked by volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. The question is, are we prepared for it? There is a widening economic and social divide between the rich and the poor. This situation, along with the persistence of corruption, has increased people's discontent against institutions, making it easier to politicize issues and sow hatred, divisiveness, and fake news through new forms of media. Nations face uncertainties as trade tensions escalate to trade wars, posing great threat to the livelihoods of citizens of affected countries. Cooperation on global public goods, such as environmental management, public health, and peace and security also remains under threat. In the Philippines, the economic growth it has sustained in the previous years, as well as its ability to achieve its Sustainable Development Goal targets and long-term development vision outlined in AmBisyon Natin 2040, will all be at risk if the country fails to navigate this era of the new globalization.
Understanding the new globalization and navigating it are urgent tasks for all of us. We need to strategize on how we can deal with the challenges, as well as harness the opportunities that it brings. Our local action to be effective should have the following elements. First is vision. We need to have a shared vision of prosperity, inclusivity, resilience, and social cohesion. This means that we have to move in one direction to reach our common goal. Second is unity. The government cannot do it alone. We need the full cooperation of our partners from the private sector, academia, and civil society to overcome the challenges of the new globalization. Third is consultation. Everybody has a voice and stake in this. We encourage the public to participate in informed policy debates so that we can hear everyone's view on how we can mitigate the risk and at the same time harness the opportunities that come along with the new globalization. And fourth is adaptability. We need to be resilient in managing the changes that come with the new globalization. We have to be open to new paradigms, business models, and regulatory frameworks. We need to embrace the transformations and reforms that are necessary to adjust to the new globalization. These elements, vision, unity, consultation, and adaptability, are our antidote to the VUCA of the new globalization.
Poverty and inequality may be addressed by strengthening our social protection systems and making financial services accessible to everyone. We need to ensure that no one is left behind. The risk of job losses from automation may be averted by ensuring that the government, academia, and the private sector work hand in hand in equipping the current and future workforce with 21st century skills. We can leverage on the ongoing trade wars by attracting investments and businesses to locate in the Philippines by making our regulations investor-friendly, beefing up the capacities of domestic industries to participate in the global market, and improving government efficiency and transparency using emerging technologies. Meanwhile, the challenge of global public goods requires the collective participation of countries. The Philippines can do its share by focusing on mitigating the effects of climate change, given its vulnerability to disasters. The government and the private sector can work together and come up with incentives for firms and businesses that promote green economic development. Or simply, enhance awareness campaigns on climate change and educate ordinary citizens on how to prevent environmental problems from worsening. As nations open their borders to international trade, the risk of contracting infectious diseases heightens. Hence, the government should ensure that public health is prioritized, especially in disadvantaged areas. With the help of the private sector and civil society, the government can provide awareness campaigns on immunization and other health issues, as well as give trainings to health workers. All these efforts will not be possible if people do not trust their institutions. In the age of social media, where it is easy to spread lies and fake news with a click of a button, all stakeholders must ensure that information literacy, especially for the young ones, is pushed. Our homes and schools should be a training ground for children to learn the value of critical thinking. Our employers should also encourage trust-building efforts by practicing merit-based recruitment, promotion, selection, and performance evaluation, as well as taking a stance on issues such as gender discrimination, sexual harassment, and unfair labor practices. Most importantly, the government should let the people feel that it can be trusted by increasing its efficiency and transparency.
This year, we chose New Globalization as the theme of the 2019 Development Policy Research Month, or the DPRM. Every September, the Philippine Institute for Development Studies leads the entire nation in celebrating the DPRM to emphasize the importance of policy research in the formulation of evidence-based policies to address current and emerging development issues. Its main and culminating activity is the annual Public Policy Conference, or APPC, which convenes and engages policy analysts, scientists, experts, and representatives from government, private sector, and civil society in a rational and evidence-based discussion of issues, opportunities, and policy options. With this year's theme of navigating the new globalization, local actions for global challenges, we encourage everyone to do their share in shaping the future of the Philippines amid the changing face of globalization. We are in this together. Let's make the new globalization work to our advantage. Sama-sama nating harapin ang hamon ng bagong globalisasyon.